We now cross to Accra in Ghana, where I'm joined by Bright Simmons. He is joining us to discuss the mPedigree network. He's the president of that particular operation, for a look at the in-depth look at this particular fantastic technology and innovation. Just for a quick overview for the viewers who aren't familiar, mPedigree, if you can explain it to us in a nutshell as to how it actually works to fight against the counterfeit goods that are in movement across the continent. Bright.
Thank you, Gugu. Delighted to be on your show. Our company provides software to companies in the consumer goods sector, so pharmaceutical companies, cosmetic companies, even some fashion companies. And they use this software to protect their products by applying unique codes. Think of them like passwords that they put on each product, meaning each password for each product is different. And when a consumer buys the product, at the retail point, at the very point of purchase, they are able, using an SMS or an app, to instantly verify if that password is correct. And if the password is correct, inferentially, it means the product is very likely to be genuine. So the consumer, based on the enterprise activity that the manufacturer has undertaken with our software, is able to use their mobile phone to instantly validate that the product that they have there in their hands, whether it's a medicine or a cosmetic, is indeed genuine.
Bright, it's a fantastic innovation, and I looked at your website and the videos that you have online, so it's certainly received good feedback from the private sector players. But what about government? Because you can't really drive an initiative like this alone. Are the states across the continent managing to support you?
And indeed, you are right, particularly in highly regulated industries like medicines and cosmetics, you do need government support. And in some countries, it's been very forthcoming. So there are countries like Nigeria, where already this system is part and parcel of the national regulatory system. So what that means is you cannot, and you couldn't have for a couple of years now sent anti-malarials or antibiotics into Nigeria unless the consumer has the ability to use a mobile phone to validate that medicine. So this is hugely important, because once the Nigerian government said that, it meant a lot of companies felt that this was important enough to invest in understanding how to do this. And we were very helpful to some of these companies in being able to deploy such technologies. There are countries like Kenya and Rwanda that are also on this path, where the government is working with the private, particular goods manufacturers and to implement solutions.
Right, it does seem as though our connection is slightly finicky due to network problems across the continent. But I want to pick your brain on two things as we close off with very quickly. The skills and the staff that you've managed to get in order to make sure that this is a fantastic solution and is able to be rolled out across the globe. And secondly, who bears the cost here? Is it yourself or the private sector participants? Because fundamentally, this needs to be a profitable project, right?
Yes. Fundamentally, it's a social enterprise, which means it does not rely on charity. It has to be self-sustaining. And it does so because of one very simple economic fact, which is that the private sector loses money to counterfeiting. Every time a counterfeiter successfully fakes a product, that is revenue lost to the companies. So when the companies do the math, they are able to invest in our solution in order to recover that lost market share. On the second question of talent, this has been a hugely challenging issue for us. But the truth is, increasingly, there are hubs that are developing in Africa, training the next generation of computer scientists, the next generation of machine learning experts. And these experts and these very talented technicians are working with us now in Africa, but also in Asia, to solve some of these very challenging social problems.
Bright, it's a fantastic initiative that you're rolling out, and we certainly wish you all the best in your endeavors. That was Bright Simmons. He's the president of the mPedigree network.